We're headed into the freezing range temperature-wise tonight, and we got some more wet weather on the way. Any icy weather in the forecast, we'll let you know.
And it's the first few days of meteorological winter. We're on your side with the typical weather patterns we can see during the month and previous records set. And the impacts left across the country after a monster snowstorm dumped inches of snow and rain across the Northeast.
Live on your side, First Alert Weather Extra starts right now.
Well, 'tis the season. Wes, look at this. How beautiful.
How beautiful is that?
Right.
Yeah, seeing all the Christmas lights going up. It's just like we flipped the script just like that. I mean, we had all the fall colors, and now we got snow everywhere and video across the country, and now we're seeing the Christmas tree.
Oh, it's just gorgeous. Our very own Janice Rogers was emceeing the event at the city in Hoover as they get ready for the holiday season.
Yeah, that's right. And check this out, Tania. Look at everyone out enjoying the Christmas parade in Jasper tonight.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, I know. Looks like so much fun out there tonight. But it is cold. It's certainly feeling like the holidays. It's feeling like December with those chilly conditions. But you can see they've got all the ornaments and all the lights there along the street. It's been beautiful to see the views there from Jasper over the past week. But a lot of folks lined up. The parade's been happening here. Currently, I was just checking some of the temperatures. Right now, we're seeing a lot of 30s showing up, especially for those areas to the north. 34 at Coleman. Jasper's at 36 right now. Here in Tuscaloosa, 38. Dickens downtown happening in Northport this evening. The temperatures in the 30s, so folks there need to bundle up as well. And from Center to Anniston, Talladega, Pell City, we're not far from freezing, but it's been a slower fall because of the clouds that's overhead. We got these low-level clouds, and a lot of times when we have this cold air moving in like this and some of that moisture gets trapped in the low layers there, we end up with these clouds that do stick around. And the question is, will they break up tonight? I'm not overly confident that's going to happen, but if it does, temperatures will go even lower than what we're projecting. But I still think we're all going to see freezing conditions. It certainly feels like freezing to the north. And look at Birmingham right now, a wind chill of 29, 33 at Tuscaloosa, 33 at Anniston, 30 at Gadsden, 31 at Coleman, 25-degree wind chill right now at Haleyville. Yeah, talk about crank up the heat. And your Wednesday morning low temperatures down into the 20s, but we could go even lower again if we catch some breaks in the clouds out there. And something kind of interesting, two things could happen here. We could see lower temperatures if the clouds break up, but also we could see some patchy freezing fog. Yes, that is a thing. It can happen, and a lot of times you notice it's happened because it just looks like a real heavy frost. And sometimes if the fog is really, really dense, it can result in a very, very thin glaze sometimes on some around rivers, especially where you see that constant fog development with freezing temperatures. But it looks like tonight that chance is low with these clouds around. But dry for Wednesday coming up tomorrow, and then we got rain coming back Thursday. The big question is Thursday morning, will this moisture move in earlier than expected? And just in case, I'm giving you the first alert, there might be a brief window to the northwest where we could see maybe a brief wintry mix. That might be a little bit of sleet mixing with rain, and then that's going to change over to a cold rain quickly. And the rest of the day, it's back to clouds and it's back to a chance of showers. But with respect to the out-the-door checklist for your Wednesday coming up tomorrow, of course, it may be the entire wardrobe for you, but maybe 2-3 layers. You certainly want to bundle up out there depending on how well you can handle those cold temperatures early in the day. But you won't need the umbrella for tomorrow. It looks dry for tomorrow, but you'll need that on Thursday. But secured outdoor objects, basically the breeze, that's not really going to be a big issue for tomorrow, so we can kind of take that off the out-the-door checklist for tomorrow. But we'll be talking about rain chances again coming back on Thursday. Right now, let's go to Matt. Let's talk a little bit about some of the climate for this time of the year as we head into the month of December.
Let's talk about December climatology. In other words, what do we usually see in the month of December around central Alabama? Well, when it comes to rainfall, we start to see an uptick in how much rain we typically see. So notice September, October are two driest months, but as we go into November and especially December, those rainfall averages go up. So normally we'll pick up about 4.5 to 5 inches of rain on average in the month of December. And notice March and July are technically our two wettest months of the year. So let's talk about extremes in the month of December. How wet can it get? Well, these are our wettest years on record. 1961 for Anniston and Birmingham. Anniston recorded over 12 inches of rain that month. And then in 1961 for Birmingham, almost 14 inches of rain fell. For Tuscaloosa, over 11 inches set back in 1983. So yes, December can be very wet at times. When it comes to temperatures, typically we'll start out the month on average with highs near 60 degrees. And by the end of the month, our average high temperature in the mid 50s. But we can get some hot temperatures for this time of the year. Yes, we can still see highs in low 80s, but we've never seen temperatures in the 90s in December. So if you don't like heat, that's good news. You're not going to see it probably in December. If that happens, it's going to be the weirdest thing ever, right? 80 degrees was the warmest we've ever been in Birmingham. That was back in December 7th of 1951. Same idea in Anniston back in 1951. Warmest you've been is 80 degrees in December, 82 in Tuscaloosa set back on December 3rd of 1978. But of course, it can be very cold in December. On average, our low temperatures are right around 40 degrees as we start out the month. And as we finish out the month, our average low is about 36 degrees. So check out how cold it can get. These are the coldest temperatures recorded in the month of December. Birmingham and Anniston, you hit 1 degree. How about that? 1 degree back on December 13th of 1962 in Anniston, December 23rd in 1989 in Birmingham, and on the same date on December 23rd, 1989, Tuscaloosa hit a low of 2 degrees. Impressive. On top of that, we can also see some snow in December. It doesn't happen a lot, but it can. And we finished out 1963 with lots of it. 8 inches of snow fell in Birmingham on that date. Tuscaloosa, almost 3 inches of snowfall and 6 inches of snow in Anniston. So yep, December can be pretty interesting around here. It can get cold, can get warm, can be wet, and sometimes we can get some snowfall.
Thanks, Matt. Taking you across the country now to Ashland, Wisconsin, where, check this out, parts of the Lake Superior were left frozen over. You can see in the video the sheets of ice over the lake. It was caused by those cold temperatures that swept across the area earlier this week. This happening as a bomb cyclone forms over the eastern U.S. That happens when a rapidly strengthening storm quickly drops in pressure. Amy Kiley reports how this winter weather pattern is affecting people across the country.
Tuesday is the day that the Northeast is going to see the majority of the snow from this winter storm.
The third winter storm of this week is sweeping across the country. The record-setting doozy is hitting the eastern U.S. today. It's bringing northern snow, southern rain, and a chance for Gulf Coast tornadoes.
It is going to be a wet, sloppy mess with rain heavy at times throughout parts of the southeast.
Farther west, people are digging out after previous rounds of snow and ice. The FAA says some airports could see ground stops today after one at Chicago O'Hare last night.
You know, you are in Chicago, you got to be ready for any storm.
Officials say a child was taken to the hospital with minor injuries after this school bus crash in northern Illinois yesterday. This video from Topeka, Kansas shows school bus drivers stopping on the side of a slippery highway. Nearby Kansas City has a new daily snowfall record from yesterday. And in Minneapolis, a man is using the recent weather to build an ice castle.
There's lights in the castle, there's all sorts of caverns, there's ice slides, there's going to be a little bar.
In addition to the snow and rain, forecasters predict new low temperature records in some parts of the country today.
The weather pattern that we're in keeps it cold for most of the week, for most of the country.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Well, let's take a brief look at just how much snow has fallen across parts of the northern half and near the Great Lakes across the U.S. I mean, 18 inches in parts of Michigan, 16 inches near Buffalo, New York, 8 inches in Illinois. I mean, it's just covered in snow in some of those areas. So if you have plans to travel near the Great Lakes, you might be in for a little winter wonderland. Well, in 30 seconds, we talk about the freezing temperatures a little more and how it could impact your area tomorrow morning, and talk about how you can prepare for winter allergies. Yeah, it's a thing. We'll be right back with more about that on Weather Extra.
Well, we've been showing you snow all around the country, but we found some snow in Alabama for the tree lighting last night in Jacksonville. I want to thank our friend Nathan Harper for sharing this view from Jacksonville, but check it out, hey, we can make our own snow around here, Tania. If we don't see the real thing, but a lot of folks there showed up last night, and certainly the weather cooperated for that event. Although we did have some rain moving in, the wet weather, it was kind of hit or miss out there last night. It was mostly just very light precipitation through late night for a lot of us. But just want to show you tomorrow, if you are headed out to the Super 7 championship games, rain won't be an issue for Wednesday, but we do have rain coming back Thursday and Friday. We certainly need to plan for that possibility, some wet weather. Might even get a little bit of sunshine tomorrow, but as expected, tomorrow is the nicest day that we see in this week's forecast. Now, by the end of the week, I know a lot more events happening. Maybe you're headed out to the live nativity over at McAdory, church at McAdory. It looks like a chance for some showers during the evening on Friday. If you're traveling to Atlanta for the SEC Championship this weekend, there will also be some showers happening there. Jacksonville coming up for that championship game. Conference USA Friday night, also a chance for some showers. Notice Saturday and Sunday we have included some wet weather now in the weekend forecast. We're still seeing this active upper level pattern bringing all these clouds, moisture across our region, a lot of overrunning moisture, and that's going to bring the showers back as early as Thursday, which will time out coming up in the 10-day forecast.
Thanks, Wes. Well, you know we are on your side because yeah, allergy season might be a spring-summer thing, but it can impact you during the winter months as well. And it's mainly because of mold, and you won't believe where it's found most. We're talking about in Christmas trees. Good news is right now, grass trees and weed pollen very low, but mold may be an issue for you. And doctors say the most wonderful time of the year should be filled with carols and tidings of joy, not cough, sneezing, and other allergy symptoms. But from Christmas tree syndrome to pet dander and more, health experts cite the seasonal triggers that should wind up on the naughty list. Fox News correspondent Marianne Rafferty takes a closer look at how to possibly find relief.
While the saying goes, there's no place like home for the holidays, many of our dwellings could be hosting a slew of seasonal allergens.
So the more time we spend indoors, especially as the temperatures get colder, the most common indoor allergens are typically dust mite, and then of course your animals like pets.
According to Dr. Victoria Wynn of The Ohio State University, even your tree could be an allergy trigger.
So there's something called Christmas tree syndrome, and it is related to when you pick up a fresh Christmas tree from the farm. There are mold spores in there that are dormant. The molds typically are dormant when the temperatures are cold, and then as you bring the Christmas tree indoors and there's more humidity and warmth, it can actually activate mold spores. You can also get symptoms from artificial products, like artificial trees or your decorations in the home if they've been stored in areas where dust might accumulate.
Allergy symptoms can vary, but most people experience
runny nose, itchy eyes, sneezing, congestion as well.
There's also a variety of different treatment options.
The first would be avoidance measures, where we would want to know what you're allergic to so that we can try to modify behaviors either at home or in the environment to help prevent exposures. Medications would be the next step. And then the third option would be immunotherapy.
Allergens aside, the cold air this season can also cause negative reactions, including runny noses and hives. I'm Marianne Rafferty, Fox News.
Well, don't go anywhere. We're sharing some of your viewer photos and talking about the rain expected later this week after the break.
All right, welcome back into First Alert Weather Extra, and Christmas parade's happening. It is the season out there. Look at everyone in Jasper here enjoying the Christmas parade tonight. That live look from Young Jewelers, where the temperature right now in Jasper is in the mid-30s, and tomorrow morning out the door, you see how the model data is showing now around 30 degrees in the morning. If these clouds hold on, we'll see upper 20s, low 30s. I still think a freeze for every location, but if these clouds break up, we could drop as low as 22, 23 degrees in some areas tomorrow morning. That's a big question. The models are really struggling with that, but overall, plan for freezing temperatures. Make sure everything's well bundled up tonight, because tomorrow, after that cold start, we'll see those highs. You can see as we get 2 to 4 o'clock there, temperatures will be rising into the upper 40s. We may see 50 degrees tomorrow, but that's about it. Now, tonight, since we're at nighttime mode, we lose the visible satellite, but we have the infrared satellite, and it is picking up on those low clouds still blanketed across the state of Alabama tonight. And those clouds may break up, give us a little bit of sunshine tomorrow. If you want to do a little yard work tomorrow's about our best day. Maybe wrap up some of that decorating, putting up some more Christmas lights, or cleaning up some leaves. Thursday to Friday, we've got rain coming back, so that's why I went in the poor category for yard work, because it may be just kind of dreary and damp again. Looks like Thursday and Friday. Saturday also could see a few showers. That's the day we're watching. Now, the model data, as you can see, it's showing some breaks in the clouds, but we still have a mostly cloudy sky out there for tonight. So the clouds will be with us through early tomorrow morning. Temperature-wise, we could go as low as some mid to upper 20s, but certainly I would make sure everything's well protected for those freezing temperatures early in the day. Tomorrow, again, some sunshine coming back. This takes us all the way to 6 o'clock, but you kind of get the picture here. It's a dry stretch through most of the day tomorrow. Tomorrow night's when the clouds and the rain showers come back. There's a look at 5 o'clock Thursday morning, and we're still seeing, right now we have this split flow pattern in the jet stream. So the southern branch of the jet, we see this a lot this time of the year, is transporting in a lot of these clouds, these waves of rain. We're seeing this west to southwest flow aloft, and what's going to happen, more moisture late tomorrow night. It's going to start to lift back in here, and what could happen, the temperature falls close to freezing by about 10, 11 o'clock tomorrow night. Then it may start to go up a few degrees through the early morning on Thursday, but I'm still concerned areas to the far northwest, it may still be cold enough in here. We might get a little bit of sleet mixing in briefly early Thursday morning, so I did mention maybe a brief wintry mix. We need to watch that, just giving you the first alert in case we end up with maybe a brief period there where we have a wintry mix. But you see those showers move through in the morning, but here it comes back for Thursday night and into the day on Friday. It certainly looks wet in there Thursday and Friday. Saturday and Sunday also staying cloudy, but some off and on showers possible this weekend, especially for areas to the south. High temperatures there went low 50s, but for some of us, we'll stay in the 40s, it looks like, on Saturday and Sunday. And next week, Monday into Tuesday, looks a bit drier as we go into Wednesday, Thursday there. Highs around 60 degrees into early next week. And I tell you what, Tania, 60 degrees compared to what it feels like out there tonight.
We'll take it.
Are we ready for some milder temperatures yet? I know we were talking about when's it going to cool off, but